Hi, this is Susan. I wanted to show you my latest project. This is going to be part one, and it can be a number of things. You can make this and choose what you want. But I wanted to make a chocolatier, and I had this little doll that I got from Dollar Tree, and I was been looking at her, going, I need to use her or take her back and exchange her for something else. But here's her little packaging. She's in the Friends Forever, and I think they have like 5 different kinds of dolls. And this is Dollar Tree. This says means that it's gone up to $1.50. But she is so cute. She's supposed to be May, MEI, but she works for like working in a bakery or my chocolatier. So I'm using cereal box. I had this mass amount. I had figured out what to do with the Crunch and Munch boxes. My friend loves Crunch and Munch. And so I had, they have the skinny sides on them. These boxes, see, it's narrow, and I was looking at all my boxes last night, and so I started thinking, I need to glue these up so I'll have, layered up, because it's like wood. After you put 4 or maybe 5 layers, you're getting into something as sturdy as wood. And so I started looking at these, and I was like gluing some of them up, and I was cutting them apart, and I was like, what do I do with these skinny pieces? That's when it came to my mind that I had a chocolatier on my list of things to make. So here's how I made it. So I wanted it to come out on the sides. Now, mind you, this can be just a Valentine, anything for Valentine's that you would, sell at a mall or in a kiosk or something. But it can be for chocolate. It can be for Easter, for anything you want. So I'm layering 4 or 5 layers. It depends on how thick the cardboard is, because sometimes it's thinner. And so first I started out with this, and I wanted it to flare out. And let's look at the design of it. And I'm going to tell you how it's made, and it's so simple. I'm going to break it down for you, and then it's going to be real simple. Just an arch. This is just a rectangle with an arch. Simple, simple. This is a rectangle with just a design drawn in it. Just any design you choose. And you have to think about the shelves, and if you look at mine, then you can think about how you'd want your shelves. Okay, then I have these little cutie shelves here, because you want to have a long distance here, because again, the doll, now this doll is 5 1/4. Our dollhouse dolls are like 5 1/2 inch. But so you imagine whatever doll you're using, or if you're using one, imagine her reaching, stalking the shelf, reaching for something, and then that gives you an idea of how tall you want this to be. You can do this for Barbie. If you do Barbies. Okay, so then I was thinking, when I was designing this, I was thinking, oh, wouldn't that be kind of interesting to come out like this and then use like drapes around the bottom, possibly. And then I went to sleep, and I had worked on it, and I had just gotten the shelf part, and I was like, oh, maybe I should have added that, and I should, could maybe go back. And I was looking at it, and then I went to sleep, and it came to me in my sleep. It's a counter. That's what it needed. And so that's what I did. So you can design this any way you want. And my counter is just missing. It's got one more little piece of cardboard, but I wanted to show it to you first. The cardboard. Before I put this little piece in here that'll just be a sturdying piece. Just a short piece across here. So this has the bottom. You can put baskets if you wanted it in it, or you can just put backstock in it. And then this is your main area. And then you need a sign. And so that's why I say this is part 1, because I'm not at the sign. I haven't figured out my sign yet. I've got to sleep on it. So see what comes to mind. Now, I was saying about, I've always wanted to do a chocolatier, and I had this kind of drawn out in my mind how it was going to look. And so I'm going to show you how you can make this. Now start, cutting up your boxes and layering them, glue them up. And this is so great for getting rid of your old glue. I've gone through 3 bottles of, the end bottle of the glue, the very end part of it. And that's great because, they just take up space. And like this one, it's getting hard. So take one of your old brushes. These get to the point where they start losing their bristles. Use them for glue and just, put it in a cup or on a tray, or whatever you need to put it in, but start painting it on the box and that'll go fast. I'm using my KitchenAid. I got these at a thrift store. I was really lucky to find these. And they will cut, because they're made to cut meat and stuff in the kitchen. And then you might want a bunch of clips. These are Dollar Tree clips. When I'm clipping, extra pieces on them or small pieces or whatever that, while the glue dries, you'll need a little bit of a sanding block to sand off the edges. And you're going to cut a lot of the edges, but at the end, you need to kind of go around and just tidy it up. And that'll be the next part, because that's where I'm at, is the tidying up. Now, you can use wood glue to go around your edges, all your edges. You can put wood glue in there and kind of rub your finger across, and it fills in the cardboard and it keeps it from coming up, splitting up. Like if you didn't get enough glue around the edge or something, if you put the wood glue across there, then there's no way it's going to come up. And because the glue will hold it down. Okay, so that's the next phase. But let's look at the patterning for this. And let me see what best. Okay, so here's the arch. Again, I said this was just a rectangle, and that's all it is. It's just a rectangle. Hope you can see the lines there. This is 7 1/4 to the top of the arch. And this is 4 inches width on mine. And then the sides are a skinny rectangle. And this is 6 1/2 inches up to this point. And all I've done is draw a rectangle and then go in and draw the design. And that just kind of breaks it down to make it easier for you to draw yours. So 6 1/2 inches by 2 inches. And then you go in and draw your design. And let's see, I started at 2 1/4. Just right over 2 1/4. And then just made the design. Okay, this is the simplest thing. It just came together so quickly after I had layered all the side pieces. It's really the side pieces of boxes. I'm saving the bigger pieces. I did use one group of big pieces I used for the for these pieces, because you have to have 2 of these, and then just one of the back panels. So this is times 2. And then on these, you cut the rectangle. Draw your rectangle, and then just you're cutting your slices off of it. Now, this right here, this corner of this, that determines how much you spread. You can decide either by cutting these first or by, I spread the side pieces. I glued the side pieces on, and they will grab with tacky glue. And I let it set a minute. And then I went in and I spread the sides and determined, just how much did I want to spread the side. This is your front, and this is your back. So when I was looking at it, I was like thinking, okay, so I've got the arch, I like that, and I tack these on. I'm like, okay, I like that. I can put these, layers, mix, kind of maneuver two in here, and then I can go up and go in with a shorter one, and then up at the top some little more decorative. And then you start determining what your sizing needs to be to go in there. And you can do that by setting your box, with your wings out, your sides, call them wings. Set them on a piece of paper and then draw the size on your piece of paper. Cut out your piece of paper and then put it onto your cardboard, and that'll give you the size that you need to start making these, because you'll make a whole lot of these. You will make a whole lot of this shape, because this is 5 layers, and I've got 5, 10, and then 15, and I can cut these pieces out of what I had left over on this. And let me show you that. And then I've got another 5 for this piece right here. And then this was the excess. When you have the lengths, when you're cutting them out of lengths, you have these excess pieces. So if you'll keep those, you can see that they'll be enough to do these. I had these excess right here, and then I just had to come up with this piece. And then you can use anything to be the support. Doesn't need, see, these are those Crunch and Munch. My friend just loves Crunch and Munch, so I get all these boxes. But, so they're good and long. So, this is this piece right here. And then you'll have this much to do your counter. Okay, so then your last stack, if you use a wider, like this is what I've first been marking, but if you use a wider one, don't come across, go ahead and come out, and then you can divide that whatever distance you want, and that'll be your short shelf, and then that'll be the little shelves up top. And if you see, this is this piece right here is your angle that tells you right there. See, it fits right there. So you don't want to throw this away, because it'll show you what size that corner needs to be to fit in there. And then you can just draw your design, and you have that shape, and then you just need to double that, do a right and a left. And the last thing, you have a choice, is do you want to just do wood glue across the fronts of these? Do about 3 layers of wood glue all the way around the sides. Now I'm going to do 1 layer just to seal it and make sure nothing comes apart with humidity and all that kind of stuff before I paint. Let it dry real good. I'm going to go up around all the edges. But the next thing is, you may want to cut a little extra on do it on the long side. Okay, let me see. I think I drew it on one of these. Okay, here it is. So here's where I drew the piece, and I went ahead and came out to the full distance of this, and I went out over here. And the reason is it has to be longer to go across the front. It has to be a longer piece. So you need to come out a little bit and give an extra amount. If you want to go ahead and cut this, when you're cutting out this part, go ahead and leave that extra on there. Don't cut it away and ruin it. Go ahead and come out a little bit. See what I'm saying? And then you'll have the extra to go across the front and trim it up a little bit, get all the unevenness off. And then you'll have extra pieces, and you can come across, if you'll just extend out and then come out in this corner, because you need it to be, it has to be bigger. This piece, because this is angle cut, it has to be bigger across the front side. This is your front. This is your front side. And it has to be bigger than these points. So you're going to need to come out a little bit and cut that out. And then you'll have the extra piece for that shelf. And it's really, really simple. And it's a great way of using up your cereal box. Okay, so let's talk about things I've been making things for Valentine's. And I just want to show you some of these ideas. Like I said, this could be a chocolate theme, or it could have Valentine's, all Valentine's. So like this is one of my Valentine projects that you can go back and look at. That's just little doilies, and you can go back and look at those and find those and see. I've done a video that shows you using bead caps, and you can put chocolate in it or whatever you want to sell. And so these are bead caps, and so that would look real cute. But like I said, this bear could be holding a chocolate. It can be holding, I did make these as well. They had the little hearts on them. So there's two styles. There was the rosette, and then these are cupcakes. But you can make like a little chocolate something for him to be holding. And then I made the strawberries, the chocolate dipped strawberries. So those would go in here. Any cakes that we made, I made some cakes in the past, and you could put cake up in here. You could put perfume bottles if you want to have it be all Valentine theme, things that, romantic stuff. Just you decide, but it's just a really simple way, and it's to use your cardboard and to use the best part is I'm using these thinner sections, because every time I cut those, and I just wonder, am I going to use them? And see, this is perfect for this. And so I'll get to use up a lot of this cardboard. And here you have a wonderful chocolatier or Valentine stand. And so then up here, I'm thinking that the sign needs to go like tacked on, unless you want to write chocolatier and maybe a name or somebody's chocolate shop or whatever, but then like come up with a sign, and you can tack the sign on to the top, or you can just write it, or you could even design this to come out more. So keep in mind when you're doing the top portion, how would you do your signage? And that's where the name would go. And you need to give enough space so you have the room for your whatever you're putting right here. You have room for that, plus you have enough room for the name to go up there. And like I said, you can store stuff. You can make some little baskets to go in here, and put make it look like stock. And you just have to decide. That's it. So this is part 1, because I've got more to do on it. And then I'll show you part 2 what I'm going to put on it. I'll load it up. So please like and subscribe. And I hope you'll want to make this. It's really fun. Bye-bye.